Hi, this is Chad at Nice. Welcome back to Tech Talks, and today we're going to talk a little bit about regulations and reconstruction. The regulators do really play an integral role in the feature set which we deliver. It's 2024, and there's really a firm expectation now that organizations are making sure things are recorded, they're protected, they're secured, and they're also investigated for misconduct. There's a lot of demands that are currently being presented on us, and working out what the regulator actually means and how we're going to do it can be difficult. There's also a big push in the increase in the amount of content that needs to be captured, as we tend to see the regulators are trying to expand the footprint of what needs to be looked at so it can truly be identified as what's happening within the environment. Um, they also expect firms to be able to provide a full end-to-end structured output of what's happened on the event, and it's a concept that you can call trade reconstruction. So it takes everything that's happened, it takes the actions that the trader took, it takes the communications, it takes the market information, and it gets pooled and presented together as an event. Now, typically, this data is in lots of different silos. And as more and more data sources are being added, as more technologies are being added, the challenges are being compounded, especially when you consider we're always adding that to that historical data pile. And it gets even harder when firms have maybe a disparate technology strategy. Um, in the reconstruction world, it really does play a pivotal role when looking for intent. Gaps in the reconstruction can be as telling as information captured in a phone call, for example. So if there's a gap before a price execution, how did you know that was going to happen? Where did you do the research? How did you know the news event was going to happen? There's a big wide range of tools that we can use here when complying with things like the Market Abuse Regulation Framework. This only really works when you go broad and deep into both communication and market surveillance. Historically, these have been two separate offerings. Communication surveillance is about what was said and what was heard, whereas things like market surveillance is about tracking misconduct on trade executions, trying to identify things like insider trading of an individual who's buying a lot of stock before a price event. So what we're going to look at now is how the comms surveillance piece plays a role in this wider reconstruction. On screen, you can see this familiar work items. We've got a number of alerts here, and I'm going to pull one up that I know has not been generated by the spoken. It's been generated by the execution activity. We can see we've got our candles here. We can see we've got an alert score that something happened. There was a price spike before a bunch of executions and then a news conference. And what I want to do is I want to overlay this market activity with the surveillance capabilities as well. And as you can see here, we're building up a picture of the event. We can see what happened, when it happened, how it rolled out, the communications that led to this event, and then what the revenue outcome was. And we can present this in a very structured manner to the regulator. So it's becoming more and more apparent that as we introduce more and more new technologies, we should be looking at systems here that have both a holistic capture capability, the ability to do UC and trader voice and back office and hoot and holler and intercom and all of these written medias and emails and everything. So a holistic capture capability, but then overlay this with a holistic surveillance capability as well. Are we looking for misconduct on communications? Are we looking for insider trading on market surveillance or whatever it is? to help customer organizations build out this timeline picture in response to a regulatory examination, investigation, or of course request. Follow me for more compliance and surveillance recording tips.